Pretty basic user guide. We've got a 7.4 volt USB style charger. And in this little accessory bag, we've got the wheel wrench, a few spring stiffeners, and it looks like we've got a fair few spare body clips as well, which is always good. Wow, I think that looks awesome, guys. But yeah, last thing we've got to take a look at before the car. So we've got the controller. It is fully proportional throttle, brake, and reverse, as well as steering. We've got a channel 3 button there. I'm not quite sure what that does. Maybe it's got lights or something. And then up the top here, we have the steering trim. We have steering dual rate. ESP, which I believe is like a gyro. Then we've got reverse switches as well, which is really handy. That is the on and off button there. And that will require 3 AA's. For 80 Australian dollars, it's quite a large car. I think it's going to be an awesome little car for the track, but it really does look good. Now, there's one main reason I was not really worried about paying even up to maybe $100 for these cars. This actually comes with adjustable oil-filled shocks, not just friction or spring coil shocks. Yeah, seriously, for the price, I think we've already got our money's worth. But the chassis design is awesome as well. It is actually very similar to a couple of other models on the market. So yeah, we'll take a quick look at the chassis and everything. The wheels look awesome. They definitely suit this body style. And the tires are actually really soft. The outer wall is a little bit hard, but I think they'll break in. This version, as well as the Jeep style version over there, have 12mm wheel hexes. Obviously, we're not going to be running truggy wheels or anything on this, but yeah, any rally wheels, drift wheels. I'll be very interested to see how these drift actually, so we'll have to try that at some stage as well. Now, just be a little bit careful when you take the shell off. There is a wire or two connected to the ESC or 2M on board for the LEDs at the front there. Now, taking a look at all the components, the parts and everything inside, the layout is quite simple. It actually looks very similar to maybe a HPX or a JJRC Suchi car. Yeah, very easy to work on. Just a few screws to remove the diff housing, get to your differentials, non-adjustable tie bars, but as long as the geometry is okay on these cars, it's usually not a problem. But as you can see, there is a major toe issue on this car. We might have to check all those tie bars and see if they're the right length. Non-adjustable steering arm, but the steering looks good, so that should be fine. It is a 3-wire servo, which is excellent. Makes it much easier to swap out to a hobby grade system if needed. We can keep using the stock servo. We've got the 390 brush motor there. I don't think there's any slipper clutch or anything on these cars. And I believe the entire running gear would be plastic. The drive shafts, the spur gear, differential gears and everything will be plastic. So we might have to watch out if we swap over to brushless. But obviously I've got 2 versions, so if I damage one of them, I can always use the other one for spare parts. Then over this side, we've got the 2M on board. So I believe it'll be just a 2S capable 2M on board. I'll say just 7.4 volts there. And then we've got the provided 7.4 volt, 1500 milliamp lithium ion battery, 15C. I think that'll be fine for this car while it's brushed. I do want to try brushless on one of these cars at some point. So maybe change the layout somehow to get a bigger battery in there, but we'll figure all that out when we go brushless. Now, as I've already mentioned, it does come with oil-filled shocks, and they're actually really good oil-filled shocks. We may have to change the oil out at some point, depending on how it drives, but yeah, the fact that it comes with oil-filled shocks is excellent. Now, as I said, the drive shafts and everything, as well as the differential outcups, probably the differential gears are all plastic, but they look fairly substantial. Actually, everything on this car looks quite strong. The C-hubs, the steering knuckles, the shock towers look rather strong as well. The rear hubs actually look very similar to many other RC cars on the market. So we may be able to get some aluminium upgrades for this car, which would be very cool. The chassis itself, it looks very strong. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this car. Now, I just quickly wanted to point out the 2 cars, the rally car as well as the short course style truck, are both exactly the same, but there is a few differences. The major difference being the roll cage on the short course style truck. As you can see, it is quite chunky. There's a lot of plastic there, and it's definitely going to prevent the shell from getting smashed up. It does mount just by 2 screws where the body post mount should be, and then we've got 2 screws underneath the chassis where the skid plate is, compared to the standard normal style body post on the rally car. Notice the toe angle on the little rally style car is just way too much. This one looks quite normal. A little bit of toe there, but nowhere near as much as the little rally car. So maybe they've used the wrong size tie bars or something. But everything else seems to be exactly the same, other than obviously the wheels, the springs, the foam bumper on the rally car, compared to the plastic bumper on the short course style truck. So let's get the battery charged and get the little rally style car out on the track. But first we may as well get it out and do a speed test, see how it goes on the stock system. Then we've got a little bit of a reference when we change it to a brushless system.
I forgot to plug the lights in. Well, they're plugged in, but they're not very bright out here, guys. The wheels seem a little bit unbalanced. That's all good. The toe out on the front wheels is horrible. Alright, jump straight into it. We've already got a couple of satellites. See what sort of speeds we can get. I'm not expecting too much, guys, but somewhere around 30 kilometers an hour. That's going to be more than enough for the little track. It looks really good. It's not too bad actually. Might be getting close to 30 kilometers an hour. What a nice looking car. Alright, signal's good, steering's good, it's reasonably stable. I haven't got the gyro on. So what sort of speeds does the little rally car get on the stock system? There we go, 27 kilometers an hour. I thought around about 30 kilometers an hour maximum. So yeah, we could try a LiPo battery, see if we could get an extra couple of kilometers an hour, but I think that's going to be more than enough, like I said. So let's go and have a bit of fun on the track. Actually, one thing I want to do before we test it out on the track is try out this gyro, the ESP. So I'll just turn it all the way up, see what happens. I can definitely hear the gyro working. Definitely a bit of gyro there. Yeah, gyro is definitely working, but with something this low powered, don't really think it needs a gyro. It's very stable. Yeah, I think I've lost a little bit of steering actually with the gyro turned on, so I'm going to turn it all the way off again. Yeah, there we go. We've got a lot more steering without the gyro. What a cool little car. Nice, doing really well. This is exactly what I wanted for this track though. A couple of little rally cars. Oh, there we go, beautiful. Yeah, it's the perfect surface I think for these rally style cars. 1/12 scale, just the right size. Oh. That's awesome, nice, excellent. It's a bit rough. Yeah, could use a little bit better proportion on the steering. A little bit of a delay at the start.
Oh. Suddenly fail, we got brushless set aside. We are here to race, we aren't here to fight. But don't cut me off, hit back with my mindset on victory. Wait, it's just a test. Oh, we'll push it harder, it'll still feel the best.
Yeah, a little bit of a better radio system, and I think it needs a little bit more power just to get around them corners. You need to flick it around, but for $80 oh, it's pretty good. There we go, now it's on its roof. Professional.
We are here to race, we aren't here to fight. But don't cut me off, hit back with my rally, sweet rally car. Don't ever let me down.
Too dangerous. Blue tack. The steering's a bit dodgy. Alright, so guys, Dad's already got the controller and he's already said that the steering's a bit dodgy. Yeah, I kind of felt it was a little bit slow maybe. Yeah, so maybe just the steering servo needs an upgrade. Old man steering. What about the throttle? I thought the throttle had a little bit of a delay right at the start. It's a little bit hard to get on the power if you're not like full throttle. But it might be just a consequence of being such a low powered system. It gets that jump all right. Nice, it's a really good jump for that car actually. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, that was a bit of a miss, that one. Oh, old man driving. So yeah, the drive shafts and everything seem to be holding up pretty well so far. Once we change to brushless, once we do that conversion, I think we're gonna find the weak points. But for now, it's really good. It's what, rubbing? Yeah. Oh, it's no rubber, no like grippy part. Yeah. It keeps slipping. Battery, all right. So what do you think? A little bit of a delay in the steering and the throttle.
It's not an armour.
Yeah, it's not an armour. But yeah, like I said, it's a good fun little car. I think it just needs a better system, a little brush speed control and standalone receiver, or just go straight to a little brushless system. I won't be going too nuts with this one. But yeah guys, I'm pretty sure it'll be a great little car once it's got a few modifications and maybe a few DIY parts on there as well. So can't wait for that. And I really can't wait to upgrade the other one. Alrighty guys, cheers, catch you in the next video, and as always, stay safe.